All right, with the huddle with Ben Thomas, former National Party Press Secretary, who was struggling to get up on the phone because, as I said earlier, the phones are down, and also Neale Jones, former Chief of Staff to Jacinda Ardern. And Neale's with us now. Hey, Neale.
G'day, Heather.
Okay, well, what do you make of that then? Is that appropriate?
Oh, look, Willie uses colourful language, right? He's a bit of a provocative character, but I actually think he does make a point, and that is that I think David Seymour is a terrible advocate for Māori, and it's not because I don't think Māori, it's not because I think Māori all have to think the same. I just think that actually he plays the game of politics in a way that kind of treats Māori as a target. And to put it this way, right, there's not much this government is actually doing I can point to that the previous national government didn't do in some form, and Seymour was part of that government, and you never heard him wailing about the end of democracy back then. I think if he was serious about his principles, he'd be supporting things like the Māori Health Authority. If you look at ACT's principles, they believe in, breaking down bureaucracy, they believe in empowering communities and all that kind of stuff. That's exactly what we should be doing. As Willie pointed out, during the vaccination program, it was actually Māori health providers who had to be given the vaccination responsibility because the Ministry of Health bureaucracy wasn't up to it.
Yes, but they do also argue for smaller government, so it is not completely out of step with ACT's principles to start disestablishing quangos and stuff.
But all I'm saying, right, is he should be supporting that kind of thing, but actually he wants to win voters on the right, and he knows if he wants to win those voters, he has to play the game of race in the treaty. And so that's what he does. And let's not be naive here. This is politics, right? It's marketing. He knows there's a portion of the population who don't like Māori being empowered, and he likes to play to that. I don't believe he wishes Māori ill, but I think it's a game and he plays it well.
Do you think that the kinds of things that Willie Jackson is throwing out, saying stuff like this, calling people a racist from time to time, is that actually helpful to race relations?
Look, I think it's always better when we have more calm discussion, but I think the people who are threatening race relations primarily are those who are whipping up fear and scaremongering, and that's what David Seymour does. And again, I don't think he's in his heart. I don't think he wishes Māori ill, but I think that's what he does. And we can't deny that happens in New Zealand. We've got a history of it, right?
All right, we'll take a break. Neale Jones, thank you very much. We'll try and get Ben Thomas up on the line as well as soon as we can get this phone issue sorted out. It's 16 away from 6.